Hello, welcome back to my channel. If you're new to this channel, hello and welcome back. This video this evening, I'm just going to be addressing this thing I saw today. To me, honestly speaking, it's like, in fact, when I looking at this video, this thing that happened in House of Chatham in England, where our presidential aspirant Aswaju Ahmed Tinubu went to answer some questions. Did I say he went to answer some questions? Obviously, he did not answer any question, because basically most of the questions that were thrown at him, he was actually throwing the questions back at people, his entourage, his people, the people that came with him. Honestly, when I saw this whole thing, the only question I ask myself, like I've always asked, is who did this to Nigeria? Like, Nigerians, is this the best we can do? I know there was a time I made a video about this man and a lot of people came to my channel and they were saying something. I will not stop saying it, because the truth about it is this. When we look at, these things that is happening, and with this man and every other person, this election that's coming up in less than 83 days now, it is very important for Nigerians to understand that if we don't get it right now, we will not get it right again. Honestly, the opportunity that have come for Nigeria at this point, when it comes to electing at least somebody who can steer the affairs of this country to give a little bit of, glimmer of hope to the man on the street. If we don't get it right now, it's going to be a problem. So what I'm talking about is basically, for those of you who have not seen the video is all over the place. It turns out that our dear presidential aspirant Aswaju Ahmed Tinubu, the Jagaban himself, like they call him, went to Chatham, at least for the first time he went there, and they want us to believe that he did not go this time around for medical checkup. He actually went there and for some, they call it some political whatever, I don't know what it is. Then it turns out that they had this, I don't know if it's a town hall meeting or whatever they had, House of Chatham, and there were questions being thrown at him. Of course, expectedly, Nigerians and even Nigerians in diaspora and even non-Nigerians alike, they were throwing questions at this man. First of all, he gave a very wonderful speech, something that somebody would call a very wonderful speech. But of course, he was being teleprompted. His speech was teleprompted when you look at it, and they did a very good job, and that's what they've always been doing good job to deceive Nigerians, to make Nigerians think that things are real when they are not real. So they did this teleprompter that they placed both in the left and the right. When you see him giving the speech, he was moving his head to the left and giving his head to the right. But of course, you see him fumble one or two times. That will tell you that he was being teleprompted. Of course, the people that prepared for him, they made sure they wrote a very beautiful speech for him to make, but they forgot that there's going to be question and answer time, right? Then when it got to the question and answer time, what did our dear Aswaju did? He began to throw the questions back at his people, because he left Nigeria with all this, I don't even know what I'm going to call them, with the likes of Air them and Sawolu them and the rest of them. How can a presidential candidate go to a place like that, where he have opportunity presented itself for him to answer questions, crucial questions, important questions, for people to hear him tell us what he's planning to do? And this man was busy throwing the questions back at his people. They asked him, they said, oh, Shawolu will answer this one, Erofai will answer this. He was busy giving the questions back to his people to answer questions. That has made it very clear to us that apparently this man has no clear idea of what he's coming to do. I know a lot of people are going to come back to this channel to say one thing or the other, but honestly speaking, at those points I don't even care. The truth about it is that it bothers me, because this thing that happened, this show of shame that happened, actually happened to the full glare of the world. That thing was done in a world stage, even though it was something that took place in a small hall, but the whole world saw it. To think that such a person is this kind of person that Nigeria is presenting in this 21st century, in the year 2022, to be the president of Nigeria. Come on now, is this the best Nigeria can do? Is this the best Nigeria can do? This man was just fumbling from left, right, and center, saying things that are so incoherent, and we can't even understand. Even when he was even reading the so-called teleprompted speech, he was just fumbling left, right, and center. Then when it came to answering questions, and another thing I wanted to ask, those people who were there clapping for him, what exactly were they clapping up? Like, What exactly was the clap about? I say applauding him that he's doing fantastic or what? Like, what does that even mean? They were throwing questions at him, and at some point, you know, I respect the courage of one of the men that was there, because there was one question that was thrown at him. That one guy stood up and said, "No, we want you to answer the question because you're the one who is going for presidency." And that also automatically explains to us what if this, God forbid, I use the word God forbid because I don't pray for that man to be the president of Nigeria. God forbid that man becomes the president of Nigeria. It has become obvious to us that that man is not going to be the one that will be in charge. He can do nothing. Bola Tinubu cannot do nothing, because the likes of El-Rufai them and these people and the other people are the ones that will be in charge of what is going on in Nigeria. If you cannot even answer simple questions, you're throwing the questions. Oh, let's answer this one. Those people okay, they came there, they spoke beautiful grammar, something more coherent, let's say. At the end of the day, they're not the ones that are going to be the president of Nigeria. They're not going to be the ones that will make the decisions. They will be the ones that will, they will not be the ones that will pilot the affairs of our country, Nigeria. So why are they the ones telling us? They're just saying what they think should be done. But is that really what Bola Tinubu is going to do when he gets to power? It is so unfortunate that this kind of a thing is happening in Nigeria. We're talking about, you know, the kind of things that comes out of this country that makes you go out and you don't even want to let people know that you're Nigerian. And every day things like this are coming up. It is just so, in fact, listening to that thing is so shameful. It is so disgusting to me. It was so appalling to me. Honestly, I cannot believe that this is the best. Nigeria is telling the world that this is the best we can afford. And also, what bothers me is that this same Bola Tinubu is the same man that has, you know, refused to answer any question from Nigerian press. If in fact the very today that he went to House of Chatham to make this so-called town hall meeting or whatever it is that he went there to do, there was a presidential debate that was going on in Nigeria, which he blatantly refused to attend. He didn't want to take questions from Nigerian press in Nigerian soil, but he would like to go to London to do it. For what use is that to us? Of what use? He's not contesting as the British Prime Minister, for crying out loud. He is contesting as the Nigerian president. Why can't he answer questions? Why can't he be in the same stage with the rest of the presidential aspirants to answer questions like every other person? He planned himself, arranged himself. He went there, they threw questions. They asked him something about oil, this. He was busy talking about blood money. This tells that this man has completely no idea of what he's talking about. And it's so unfortunate, because every other person that are there clapping, all these people that are following him, and that I saw the video that when the whole thing was over, I think they threw a party, apparently celebrating. Maybe in their mind they think they've done something fantastic. They playing Bugan, he was busy dancing Bugan with El-Rufai and the rest of them. Oh my God, he was so disgusted. Looking at that thing, to think that these are people that we may, unfortunately, end up making the leaders in Nigeria. It makes me cringe to my stomach, honestly. Nigerians, honestly, the only thing I have to say in this video, maybe there may be more coming up because there's going to be a follow-up with all these things that's happening. But the only thing I have to say, and I said it before and I'm going to say it again, if Nigerians miss it this period, because the kind of opportunity that Nigerians have now to get things right, to have a little bit of gleam of hope that will steer this country, our country to, you know, to give us a little bit of hope that something good is going to come out of it. If we miss it in this 2023 election, oh my God, I don't know what Nigeria is going to look like. I do not know what this country is going to look like. Because the truth about it is that anybody who is supporting Tinubu, I know the supporters are going to come to this channel. They will go. Anybody who is supporting Tinubu is basically doing that because of their selfish interest. Anybody that has the desire for Nigeria to move forward will not support that man to be the president of Nigeria. What is he going there to offer? What is he going to? Okay, yes, okay. People are saying, oh, he did fantastic, he did whatever. Tinubu's time is gone. His time is gone. I'm pretty sure that if he succeeds, God forbid, gets in there, the next thing, maybe he will start preparing his son to take over. And you see that the whole thing will still, the whole, mess will keep perpetuating itself. Nigerians, if we don't get it right this time around, we're not going to get it right again. It is so unfortunate. Honestly, I was watching that interview. I was watching the question and answer thing. Oh my God. I felt so ashamed to say that I'm a Nigerian. That somebody will tell you this is the person that's coming to be the president of your country. It is so disgusting. It is so it is an apology, honestly. Nigerians, wake up. Wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up. Oh my God, I cannot believe it. Tinubu cannot answer simple questions. What was that for? What was that for? Is Rerofai going to be the president of Nigeria? Is Sowolu, by the way, Sowolu that is dancing around with Tinubu, don't you have a job to do in Lagos State as the governor? Why are you always following this man back and forth? Of course, you're making it very clear to the whole world. He said it, that what you're doing is his personal legacy. Lagos State belongs to Tinubu, and that's the same way Nigeria will eventually belong to him when he eventually becomes the president of Nigeria. It is so unfortunate. Nigerians, wake up, oh. Wake up, because if we miss it now, wahala dey. If we miss it in this period, wahala dey. For those of you who have not watched the video, please go and watch it. It's all over. Go to Arise News, you will see it. Tinubu in Chatham House in England. It is so. I mean, it's an apology. It is very, very shameful. Even the Oyibo man that's asking the question knew that something is fundamentally wrong with this country that is called Nigeria. How can they throw a question at you as a presidential candidate? I say, oh, this person will answer that one. I'm pretty sure that the man didn't even know the questions. He didn't even understand the questions. And at some point, somebody went over there to whisper to him, probably whispering to him what he's going to say. Are you guys for real? Are you serious right now? Is that where? Oh my God. It is so sad. It is so sad. Anyways, I just saw that video. I feel like this is just what I have to say. The only message I have in this video is Nigerians, wake up. Wake up. If you people put someone like Tinubu as the president of this our country, Nigeria, it's obvious he's not going to be your president at the end. If you think he's going to be your president, he will not. Because the people who are going to be the real people that will be in charge, they are gradually showing themselves. And because the man has proved, he has shown it from every indication that he's not capable of doing anything. He's not capable of telling you anything. He's not capable of doing anything. Pure and simple. Whether anybody wants to believe it or not, whether anybody wants to see it or not, whether anybody wants to, understand it or not, you had better wake up. Because if you miss it now, this opportunity might not come again. Anyway, that's just how whatever you have to say, put it at the comment section. I know some people are going to come here and curse me. The last time I made a video on Tinubu, people were cursing me, or you're talking for this. I am not talking as anybody. I said it before. I do not believe in tribalism. I don't play tribe. I want Nigeria to be good. I want Nigeria to be a place where people will live in harmony, we live in peace, live without fear, live and let things be good. We are not asking for 100%. We are asking for at least 50%, at least 40% Nigerians will be good. Tinubu is not the man. He is not. Honestly, he's not. If you are still in doubt, if this particular thing